Yeah, they all say marriage isn't a goal when they can't get the man that they want, or in her case, leave a man thinking that she was going to get something better and she's still on the market. And another thing about these women who didn't maintain their own marriages or can't seem to get married in the first place, they love to talk about how people are unhappily married or what have you. Well, divorce is the new happy. So if these people are allegedly unhappily married, why aren't they getting divorced? Another thing is, why is it the main women talking about how they don't want marriage, or they divorced the husband for to find themselves, or thinking that the grass was greener on the other side? Why is it that they want to walk down the aisle again? Sounds like sour grapes to me.
Listen, no lies detected. I agree with what she's saying. This post, it says Lala Anthony believes that marriage is no longer a goal, stating that most of the married people she knows are miserable. So this is something that you hear a lot. And typically when you hear women speak on this, it's women who have never been married or women who are divorced, like the case of Lala Anthony. And I think the point that one of the points that this lady made was the fact that a lot of the women who have become divorced, they're still looking for love. And they all say that they will get married again. So if marriage was such this miserable thing, why would you want to do it again? You portray this idea that, oh, all these married people are just so miserable, but they still together. Oh, but they're miserable. They don't have a happy day in their life. They all just, marriage ain't the goal. It ain't the goal. Well, what is the goal? Because my only other thought to that is the fact that marriage is not the goal, but what, being a 304 is? Being a out here going from dude to dude, you know, because you're trying to get them to pay your bills. That's the flex. Is that the goal? If marriage is not the goal, then what is? And this is something a lot of women don't really want to talk about. They don't, just want to talk and gloss over what the deal really is. And this is part of the reason why a lot of women don't want to get married young, because they're trying to chase a dream. That's what it is. They're not out here trying to get married because marriage, I don't want to be tied down. You hear them say that all the time. The goal is not marriage, baby. All we want to do, we don't want to be tied down to a man. We got options. That's what that lady said in that video. We got options. Options to do what? When you think about it, what are your options? Because it seems to me that these women have all these options when they're young, so they must be choosing to be, right? Is that what it is? Because what other options you have? The end goal is to get married, in my opinion. The end goal would be to find a man that you are compatible with, and y'all have the same goals, or y'all have the commonalities and things in common that y'all like each other, and y'all want to get together, get married, build a family. If that's not what you're trying, if that's not the end all be all, what is it? Because you can go and get a career and still have a husband and a family. All other races of people do it. It doesn't have to be a one or the other. So what is your goal? Because all of these women, you got Melissa Ford out here as the cat lady out here talking about making it seem like she's so happy and where she is at almost 50 years old. And you have all these Vivica Fox and all Lisa Ray, all these other older bras out here still. What do they all have in common? They want a man. They still saying they want a man, and they having a hard time. Because you had all the options in the world, but somehow all the options that you once had, you don't have as many as you did at this point. But you still want love. And this is why I call cap on people who say, women who say they're single by choice, because I don't believe that. I think that's a bunch of BS. You're not single by choice. You're single because you ran out of choices. So this is all you left with. It's the nature of most women to try to justify their situations and justify their actions and where they are. They don't want to be honest about it because they're afraid that it may make them look bad. So yeah, it's not, you have all these options to do what? Because honestly, if you just want to be just say that. Just say, hey, I don't want a man. I want to throw this cooch on every man that I can. I want to try to get to the highest bidder. I just want to go out here and sell myself, because that's what it sounds like they want to do. You want to put yourself on the market in a way that you can, be for everybody, not just one man, because being with one man is not going to pay you the way you're trying to get paid. Just say that this cooch is for sale. I'm out here. I'm trying to run it up with the highest bidder. If I can get 20, 30, 40, 100, 1,000 men to pay me, oh, I'm going to get to the bag and I'm going to have what I need. Being with a man and having a family, one man is not going to do that for you if that's your goal. So if this is the question I would ask, if marriage and family is not your goal, what is? Because the only other options they seem to have, and even those options run out. The only option that you seem to have when you're younger is to go out, throw that cooch on every man that wants you because you're popular, you're in your prime, you're attractive, you're fit, and you got all this going on. If you're an attractive person, you have options to be the biggest that you could possibly be till you get to them late 30s, 40s, and the phase is running out because ain't too many men checking on you because there are other young attractive women that they can go after. So now you're not in your prime anymore. You're not the target. You're not the most attractive. Now your options are dwindling. So now what's the goal? When you hit 40, this is why they talk about women hitting the wall, because once you hit the wall, now you realize you don't have as many options. So now you want to get married and settle down, and you don't have that option to do so because most men are not and on top of that, you're entitled. You think you deserve more than you did when you were in your 20s, even on top of the fact that you was out here throwing that cooch on everybody, ran that body count out. You have a lot more against you than you have for you when it comes to dating. But they don't see it that way. They see it as, oh, I'm more mature now. I know what I want. So you didn't want it then. Now you want it. But you have a higher body count. And you're not as, great as you were according to what men are looking for. Your standards are super high because you don't realize where you stand. You don't see yourself. You still think you're that 25-year-old attractive, more slimmer woman. So just because you know your worth doesn't mean that what your worthiness is based on is what men are looking for when they're looking to get a woman. Your worth does not equate to what a man is looking for and what he values. Because the very things that men value are the things that these women can't offer. And they try to, and it's just like, come on. If you know that this is what men don't want, why do you constantly put yourself out there just to show that, oh, I'm empowered. I don't care what y'all. You don't care what a man wants because you want to do what you want to do. But then as you get older and you don't have as many options, now you're shaming the men instead of taking accountability to say, you know what? I went out there. I chose this. So now I got to accept the consequences. I can respect people who actually understand what it is and what they chose and the consequences thereof. That's it. It ain't my life choices, but if that's your choice and you solid on what you believe, what you want, I wouldn't recommend it. But at the same time, I can't control other people's choices. But when you choose to do that and then you're in denial about it and you start shaming and blaming people, then that's when it becomes a problem. These men don't have to accept that. And I think that's the part that women don't like. You don't like the consequences of your choices. You just want to be able to do whatever you want to do, no matter how reckless it is, and you want people to accept it. That is the real problem. That the problem is not you making as individuals, you can do what you want to do because nobody can control you or stop you. But understand there are consequences associated with it, and that's the part they really hate.